I'm joined in the kitchen by the lovely Kate George from the food room. How are you this morning?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Good to have you. And we're talking all about diabetes awareness. Today is Diabetes Awareness Day, and we're going to be making a diabetic-friendly chocolate cake, because we all love chocolate cake, right?
Yes.
So how did you come up with this recipe?
So it's just a mixture of a whole lot of different things that are kind of sugar substitutes.
Yes.
So what I've done here is I'm starting off with some mashed banana. Banana's really nice. It's got a moist texture, but it's also got quite a lot of sugar in it.
Lovely.
So it's a nice, natural, healthy way of taking in sugar.
And I think it's going to give a nice little different flavor profile to the chocolate cake. Okay, so we've mashed up the banana. How many of them in there?
We are just doing one here. We're doing half the recipe.
Okay.
Okay, so we've got our banana in here. I'm adding some coconut oil. So the banana, coconut oil, it's going to go really nicely with the chocolate.
I'm already
coconut oil going in. A little bit of vanilla.
Lovely.
Some sour cream.
Okay. These ingredients are all just appealing to my taste buds. Really good, really good.
Quite decadent ingredients. So it's not your run-of-the-mill chocolate cake. Some butter's going in.
Beautiful, beautiful.
And then I'm adding our sugar substitute. So I've got some agave syrup, which is basically from cactuses. It's what they make tequila out of.
Oh, I was about to say, they do make other things out of that. So this is before the tequila stage.
Yeah, definitely.
It's agave syrup. So just don't leave it lying around too long. It might just...
Yeah, you don't want to ferment that.
Yes.
And then I've got some stevia, which is also a sugar substitute. It's a little bit sweeter than normal sugar, so just go easy on it.
Yes.
And that's going in. It's very nice to use because it comes in granules that look just like sugar.
Yeah.
So it's quite an easy alternative.
But is it the healthier choice then for the diabetic?
So, it doesn't have the sugars that are bad for diabetes.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so you get in there with your
so we're going to mix all of this together.
You know what I love about these old school, kind of traditional mixes, if you will?
Yeah.
It reminds me of the days that I used to bake with my grandma in the kitchen, and I would always look forward to the process of licking that off after, because I never licked the bowl, but those little whiskers there,
I know, I think that's a universal thing. I did exactly the same thing.
Do that. So what about the other ingredients?
Okay, so now we're going to just pop our eggs in, just slowly beat them in.
I'm here to help you. You can just tell me where to help.
Okay, you know what you can do?
Yes. In the meantime,
it's just mix together our flours. So our dry ingredients need to be mixed together.
Okay. In here?
That is, that's our whole wheat flour.
Whole wheat flour, Saska whole wheat flour.
Yeah, and then we've got some cocoa.
Some cocoa. And of course going the 100% cocoa would be best, right?
Yeah, you want to get the nice dark cocoa. That's a little bit of salt.
A bit of salt to bring out the flavors. Salt does amazing things for flavor.
Absolutely. And then some bicarb, baking soda.
You got to be creative.
And then some baking powder.
Give it some flair.
And then nice flair.
Thank you.
All right, and we just finish off with some Sasko flour.
Lovely.
So these are all our dry ingredients. We've sieved them nicely already.
Lovely.
Okay, and so now this is the easy bit. We just need to alternate putting some nice cold coffee and our dry ingredients in. So why don't you just pour a little bit of that in?
Okay.
As I'm going. So you can start off with a little bit of the dry ingredients.
So dry ingredients going in.
Yeah.
Right? So you got to add them in slowly, hey?
Yes. So kind of put a third in first.
Okay, so you say when?
Okay, stop.
When? All right, there we go.
All right, dry ingredients in.
And already that cocoa just bursting chocolate flavor.
I know.
Okay, cool.
And a little bit of coffee goes in.
Alrighty.
All right.
Okay, so what happens after all of this is mixed?
All right, so what we're going to do, after we've mixed it, we're just going to put it into the oven. The oven's been preheating on 180 degrees or 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And it's going to bake for about 30 to 40 minutes.
Yep.
Then when it comes out, we're just going to cool it.
Yep.
And whip some cream in between the two layers.
Yes.
And then I made some chocolate ganache, which is going to go over the top. And chocolate ganache is nice because it's an icing that doesn't have sugar in it. So you want to use really dark bitter chocolate and some cream. You just heat the cream and mix the chocolate in.
I tell you what, before we get to that end point where we're going to taste it, let's quickly take a look at how we got to this point. Cream, butter, oil, agave, stevia, bananas and sour cream. Beat in eggs one at a time, then add vanilla. Mix sifted flour, whole wheat flour, cocoa, bicarb, baking powder and salt. Alternatively, add dry ingredients and coffee to creamed mixture. Pour into tins, then bake. Melt cream and chocolate for ganache. Sandwich cool cakes with cream. Cover with ganache and set.
And there you have it, your beautiful diabetic-friendly chocolate cake. Easy recipe, try it out, decorated beautifully. Send the keyword cake to 33728 and you can have that recipe fit for your health too. Nutritious and delicious, hey?
Yummy and sugar-free.
Lovely stuff. Well, thank you very much to you, Kate, for sharing this wonderful recipe.
Thank you.
Thank you to Mark Lottering and all of our guests that make our show so special. But most of all, thank you, South Africa, for sharing your mornings with us every single day. We love it. But most of all, we love you. See you bright and early tomorrow morning. Goodbye. See you tonight at Association.
See you.